In a world filled with beauty and diversity, there exists a stark reality for a group of people whose only crime is being born different. Albinos, distinguished by their pale skin, white hair, and light-sensitive eyes, carry a genetic condition that affects their pigment. Yet, in parts of the world, their condition is shrouded in fear, superstition, and ignorance, leading to unimaginable suffering. In many African countries, where ancient beliefs still hold power, albinos are seen as more than just human beings. Their bodies are viewed as magical, their bones said to bring wealth, power, and good fortune. Traditional healers, or witch doctors, perpetuate these myths, claiming that potions made from albino body parts can cure diseases, attract prosperity, or secure political success. For those who believe these lies, an albino is no longer a person, they are a commodity. Their hair, limbs, and even their organs are harvested in horrific rituals. In the black market of superstition, an albino's body can be worth thousands of dollars. These twisted beliefs have fueled a wave of violence that leaves no one safe, not even children. Villagers, blinded by desperation or greed, hunt them. Parents are forced to keep their albino children locked indoors, hiding them from the outside world. Some are forced to abandon their children, fearing they will bring bad luck to the family. Others, driven by poverty, betray their loved ones, selling them to those who seek their blood and bones. For the albino community, life is a prison of fear. They cannot walk freely, attend school, or participate in society without the constant risk of being kidnapped or killed. Their homes are fortified with iron doors, their movements restricted to avoid being noticed. Even in death, they are not safe. Graves of albinos are often desecrated, their remains stolen for rituals. This fear extends beyond the physical. Albinos face relentless discrimination from their own communities. They are mocked, excluded, and treated as outcasts. Many grow up believing they are cursed, unworthy of love or acceptance. The psychological wounds are as deep as the physical ones. The governments in these regions often turn a blind eye, either unable or unwilling to address the crisis. Arrests are rare, and justice is almost non-existent for the victims. While some organizations and activists have stepped in to provide safe havens, education, and medical care, the scale of the problem is overwhelming. But how did it come to this? The roots of this tragedy lie in ignorance, poverty, and a lack of education. In many rural communities, where access to schools and modern medicine is limited, ancient beliefs dominate. The myths surrounding albinos are not just cultural, they are an economic tool, exploited by those who profit from fear. Yet, even as the world begins to shine a light on their plight, the progress is painfully slow. For every albino who finds safety, many more remain trapped in a cycle of violence and exclusion. They are human beings, stripped of their dignity, reduced to symbols of fear or greed. As we tell this story, we must ask ourselves, how can we live in a world where the value of a person's life is weighed against the false promises of wealth and power? For those with albinism, the battle for survival is not just against physical threats, but against a society that refuses to see their humanity. This is not a story with a happy ending. For many albinos, hope remains a distant dream, eclipsed by the harsh realities of their daily lives. And as the sun sets on their struggle, it leaves behind a darkness that the world must confront. Until we do, their cries for help will remain unheard, their suffering unending.